Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's daily draft. We're drafting Outlaws of Thunder Junction again today. And full transparency, it's been a little while since I've actually drafted the last time. I know you guys just saw it yesterday, but I had a little bit of a break over the weekend here and I'm coming back to it with fresh eyes to try to do something a little bit different than I have been doing so far before. So I'm going to make pack one pick one here today and explain my thoughts. We got Bristly Bill, Spine Sower, 2 mana 2/2 landfall, put a counter on a creature and double the counters. And also Free Strider Lookout, 3 mana 3/3 reach. Whenever you commit a crime, look at the top 5, put a land card from among them on the battlefield tapped, and the rest on your bottom. I think I'm going to take the Lookout over Bristly Bill. These are both very good cards. And the one thing I was going to say I really wanted to try to do today was let myself be more open to drafting green. Green is the best performing color in the entire set, according to 17lands.com. It has all the best archetypes and best win rates for green cards, and I've only drafted that deck once. I just, for some reason, each time I see green cards, don't think that they're particularly great for some reason. And go in other directions. Now, I took a great green rare to start, and then unfortunately, we don't really have a great one to follow it up with Drover Grizzly. There is Intimidation Campaign. I do love this card. Don't get me wrong, but I've done this enough times, and it hasn't produced outstanding results, to say the least. Green-white is the best performing deck in the entire format. Trained Arinx is pretty good. I think I'm going to take Explosive Derailment here. Removal is also a good thing in this format. This goes well with our first pick of Free Strider Lookout, committing crimes. Green-red, I think, is also a pretty decent deck that I haven't had the chance to draft at all yet. I could take Festering Gulch as the crime land as well, which could be pretty good. Something else I'm going to try to do today is really stick to the Cabs way of drafting. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it's coined by Limited Resources, of cards that affect the board state. So cards that like create creatures or kill creatures or do something to the board state are all great things that I'm really going to try to prioritize in today's draft and just play creatures, play removal, and just go from there. We've got Marchesa, Dealer of Death, which is obviously a great card, but we do already have a great card in Free Strider Lookout here. If we're looking for a red card to follow up Derailment, we don't really have anything. We do have Hollow Marauder and Consuming Ashes, though. And Consuming Ashes, interestingly, is the second highest performing common in the entire set. Believe it or not. And Green-Black is a deck I would not mind getting myself into here today. Hollow Marauder is also good, don't get me wrong. And honestly, probably goes in a very, very similar deck as the Ashes here. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Ashes. Ariete the Beguiler, 4 mana 4/4 lifelink. And not much else, unfortunately. Gem Lightfoot good in blue-white. Nazumi Link Breaker good in things like black-white and very synergistic decks. I think I'm going to take the Jagged Barrens here. It goes well with Free Strider Lookout. If we do want to go green-black, we could splash Explosive Derailment off of a Jagged Barrens and maybe a couple other deserts or a Mirage Mesa or something like that. Snakeskin Veil is a card I think I will actually go ahead and break my Cabs format here today and take at least one of at some point, because it is a very, very good card and protects your creature and keeps it on the board as well. So what do we have here? Betrayal at the Vault. I don't think that's where I want to be. I've also got Full Steam Ahead. That's also not really where I want to be. And honestly, we're at the point of the pack where I don't really want to be in many of these situations. Take Up the Shield, I think, is a pretty good common here. Crom could be good, but I don't think blue-red is that great. I've played a lot of blue decks lately, and they haven't really been that good at all. Could take Return the Favor for red-black or green-red or something. I'm not thrilled with really any of these picks here. I think I'll take Up the Shield. It's got the highest upside. If we go into something like green-white or something, I think it could be okay. All right, well, I said that blue is a color I've drafted a lot lately, and it looks to be very open in this draft, unfortunately for me. Terminal Agony is, like, worse than Murder. There is a Gila Courser, a 3-mana 4/2, which could be good if we get some of the green-red synergies, but we are already getting pushed off of green. The one day I said I was going to try to be more willing to draft it here. I think the Marauding Sphinx is too much better than Gila Courser and Terminal Agony, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it here. And then I guess get past another one, a 5-mana 3/5 flying Vigilance Ward 2 Committed Crime Surveil 2. I mean, that's just a good card, right? I'm supposed to take that in the last two. Everything else here is very meh. So I'm just going to go ahead and take another Marauding Sphinx. If you would create one or more artifact tokens, you get that plus a map, and then you create a token that's a copy of token you control. Not great, but there is an Explosive Derailment here. Pretty late for that, pick 8. So we'll take that. There's also a Hellspur Brute and a Ride Down, interestingly. This is much more for like red-black only, although the Derailment could be good, and blue-red or Ride Down is also much more, obviously, of a red-white card. So I'm going to take the Derailment here and see what wheels. We got a couple of decent-ish black cards back. I don't like Brimstone Roundup. Inventive Wingsmith, also not really it. And Harrier Strix, not necessarily it as well. So maybe we take Forsaken Miner and we look at red-black, because green is completely and utterly cut this draft, and there is no one letting us draft any of that. As good as Marauding Sphinx is, I don't know if 3 of them are that good. There's a Corrupted Conviction, which could be good with the Miner. Drover Grizzly. I mean, I think there is still... This is the only green card the first time around. I think the Sphinx is the best card in this pack. I just don't need 3 of these. This was the only green card. And it came back. So that could be a sign. I guess we could take the Varmint here. 2-mana 2/2 Vigilance. Sack it to destroy an artifact or an enchantment. Treasure Dredger. I don't think is where we want to be necessarily, so let's take Varmint. Ariat came back, but I don't think we're going to be drafting Ariat today, but I don't like these other 2 cards either, so we'll just go ahead and put her in the sideboard. Only playable card into the sideboard, and the land into the sideboard. Okay, only green card in the entire pack is Voracious Varmint, which we're not going to take this early. There is This Town Ain't Big Enough. There's also Slick Shot Lockpicker, both pretty good blue cards here. There's good white removal and Mystical Tether. Cambald Profiteering Mayor. Could we find ourselves in red-black? I mean in black-white? We've got a Miner, a Take Up the Shield, a Consuming Ashes. We could splash Derailments, maybe? I mean, it's not the end of the world. There's a Jagged Barrens here and a Desperate Bloodseeker as well. I don't think I want to be blue today. Green-black would be nice, but green was very, very cut. Black-white isn't a deck I've really drafted a lot. Let's see if we can spike a Camball here and go from there. No thank you, a cool. There is Jolene, though, and we do have double Derailment and a few more green-red cards here as well. So 3-mana 4/2 when you attack with 1 or more creatures with power 4 Grady, make a treasure, and then she can sack treasures to ping things. That's a pretty good reason to be in green-red here. There's also a Throw from the Saddle, which is currently the top performing common in the entire set. Right in front of Consuming Ashes at number 2. So I'm going to take Jolene and see if we can spike a green-red deck here. Some decent things. We've got, what is Abrupt Decay again? Destroy target non-land permanent mana value 3 or less. That's actually pretty good, but there's a Prickly Pear, a Drover Grizzly, Thunder Salvo, Congregation Grift to a lesser extent. I think we are more than likely looking at green-red at this point. And probably just going to take the Prickly Pear. I guess I could take the Congregation Gryph and still look to splash red. But if we go green, white, this doesn't really help us. We'd have to find other ways to fix. Let's take the Prickly Pear here. Oh, wow, that's a Hellspur Posse boss. This doesn't really need much more synergy than what it already has. 4 mana, 2/4. Outlaws you control have haste, and it makes 2 mercenaries. And those mercenaries can also pump the power to help trigger things like Jolene and any other green-red things we get. Now, Rambling Possum is also very good. Pretty good with something like Prickly Pear. And honestly, that's all we have so far that's great with it. There's Buried in the Garden, which is a good splash. Oh, I didn't even see the Dust Animus here. That card's also very good. I didn't even see that because I was stuck on the Hellspur Posse boss. I still think this is fine, though, with where we're at. Because now we've got Tumbleweed Rising, Thunder Salvo, Congregation Gryph. There's an Abraded Bluffs, though. Reckless Lackey. I'm looking at Thunder Salvo versus Abraded Bluffs here, pretty much. I think I'm actually just going to take the Abraded Bluffs. I kind of regret not taking that Dust Animus and taking the Congregation Gryph. We're getting some late green-white signals, and that is the best deck in the format right now, interestingly. Got a lot of red and green here. That's good for us. Full Steam Ahead. No. Gold Rush. No. Another Abraded Bluffs. A Fling. A Mine Raider. None of this really works with exactly what we're going for here. I mean, the Mine Raider is fine. Works well with Prickly Pear. The Lookout. Jolene, I guess. Guess I'll go ahead and take the Mine Raider. Only card is Tornado and Trick Shot. Tornado does have cycling. I guess I'll go ahead and take that over the Trick Shot, which is just expensive. The Lonely Arroyo isn't really the desert land we're looking for. And now all green and red cards are completely gone. So I guess I'll just take Void Rend, because I'm not playing anything else here. Thunder Salvo did wheel. Sure. Blue-green Decisive Denial. Yeah, I guess. So we've got another Thunder Salvo, not too bad. We've got Posse Boss, Jolene. We really need like a Sure Shot Cactus Folk. Reach for the Sky versus Trick Shot here. Not thrilled with either of them. We really do need some more synergy with the deck. That's a late Ruthless Lawbringer. We do have Camball here as well. I don't think we can switch into black-white. Yeah, we're pretty far away from being able to do that. And a Fling. I don't think we're going to play Fling, but we'll see. Alright. There's an Aloe Alchemist. I feel like that's pretty good. 2 mana, 3/2 trample. You can also plot it and give something +3/+2 and trample till end of turn at sorcery speed. Probably going to take that. There's a Rodeo Pyromancers, which I don't want. Double Doc Orlock. Baron Bertram. Could have potentially had a black-white deck today. There's also Mindslaver, but it's a little bit too cute for what I want to be doing here today. And yeah, pretty easy Aloe Alchemist for me. Another Camball here. And for us, there are 2 cards, and they're just commons. I guess I can splash Form a Posse off of Abraded Bluffs and maybe one more land here. Because what else am I taking? Deadeye Duelist, which is fine, but doesn't have any synergy in our deck. Varmint, which is just whatever. Hypothesizzle, but we have to figure out a way to splash that. Guess I'll take the Form a Posse and see if I can find one more desert or something to be able to splash it here. Alright, I think a giant beaver seems fine. 4 mana, 4/4 vigilance. And then you can saddle it and give things counters. That works well with Jolene. We don't have any other 4 power or greater synergies right now. It's getting a little late to find those. So let's just draft big things. Green is 100% cut again, already by pick 4. So return the favor. Bandit's Hall, Trick Shot, Sterling Hound is what I'm looking at. I don't need another Trick Shot. I guess I can take Sterling Hound. This card can't be good, can it? It really doesn't seem that great. Take the Sterling Hound. Okay, here's a throw from the saddle. That seems okay. How many creatures do we have? 10? That's not enough. Memory Vessel is like the Memory Jar kind of variant. I don't think it's very good. Free Shredder Commando. Probably also not great. Vraska joins up. No thank you. So we'll take throw from the saddle. Still need a few more playable creatures here. What is this one? Oh, this is the gain control of target creature. I think I'll take the Irascible Wolverine over the Canyon. The only thing I'd want to splash is the Sphinx, but it's got double blue, so probably not. Could splash Decisive Denial, but that also doesn't seem great. So I'll just take the Wolverine here over the Deadeye Duelist. That is a decent little card draw spell. Pick 7, only card we could even consider is Rodeo Pyromancers, which I don't think is worth considering. And here we are. Don't have all the playables I want. In yet another situation like I found myself in too many times in this format. One pick left to get a gift here and didn't really get it. Take another Wolverine though. So where should I have been here? Blue-white maybe? Don't exactly know. I mean, I got some early green. I got Free Strider and Jolene in pack 1. Maybe Jolene was pack 2. Both Doc Orlocks came around, so I guess blue-green is where I should have been. Not playing anything else here, and I don't think I'm playing Mindslaver either. Okay, Deadeye Duelist, I guess that's a playable card. Nothing for us here, and I don't think we're going to wheel much. Got some red back. We didn't really get any of the synergies except for Jolene here. So I'm going to go ahead and build this deck. I'll see you after deck building. Alright, after deck building, here is where I ended up. And not particularly thrilled with it. Surprise, surprise. Got a couple of 2-drops here. A lot of 3s. We just don't really have synergy necessarily. We have also like Rodeo Pyromancers, Return the Favor in the deck. Just cards that I just had to fill out the deck because I don't have anything else here. I mean, I've got Fling, and that's it. There's no other green or red card. So clearly red-green wasn't where we were supposed to be, I guess. But I mean, I got baited by a good green rare and a relatively late green-red gold card, and then just got completely cut out of it or something. Black-white could have been the spot, but saw some late blue-green cards, but we didn't see blue-green synergies. I don't know. Was a tough draft for sure. But this is what I'm going to try to give a shot here today, and maybe just playing a bunch of big creatures is going to be good enough. Who knows? We'll see. See you in game 1. Alright, starting on the draw here. Obviously a very slow hand, but, I mean, the format has proven to not be particularly fast. So that's pretty good. So they'll start off with a very nice uncommon, and we'll top deck a couple of lands in a row here. So what do I lead on? I probably have to lead on Lookout. I mean, depending on what they play. Oh, perfect. Yeah, we'll see if this survives. If it does, Thunder Salvo, Prairie Dog is going to be pretty good. I'm not sure it will survive, but we'll see. They have throw from the saddle or something. There it goes. Throw from the saddle. Exactly what I thought it would be. And we've pretty much been run over already. Alright, I'm going to do this just because next turn I can Derailment and Thunder Salvo here. I have to hope that Prairie Dog doesn't get bigger. Okay. Instantly punished. Alright, I guess we're going to Derailment, destroying both of these here. So, target a creature, target an artifact. And then attack because the Thunder Salvo can kill the Prairie Dog. Bridled Bighorn. Land. Okay. I guess mana efficiency says I should trick shot the Bighorn. And then I'm gonna do that now because they are playing green. They could have Snakeskin Veil and things. And I really could not afford to take that there. Oh, okay, perfect. Fortune Loyal Steed, sure. Kind of have to hold this thing back. And if they kill it, I have to take 2. Alright, plotting that 5-4 that gains life. No, the 5-5. Okay. Sure, land is perfect. And then we'll pass again. Okay, that's something I can't deal with. Land is perfect. Go ahead. Yeah, all that makes sense. I have to double chump here, it looks like, because I can't double block that or I die. So, well, I guess I can do that. Now we have to find 2 answers here. And that won't do it. All right. That clearly didn't work out. Starting on the draw here this time, and we don't have our 3rd land or our 2nd color yet, but we do have a duelist we can play, and a land helps us plot Wolverine to help us draw an extra card at some point, so we'll go ahead and keep. And there's the 2nd color. That's a turn 3 Jolene, which I think I will likely do. What is this rare? When it attacks, reveal the top card of your library, put it into your hand, you lose life equal to its mana cost. If it's saddled, they don't lose life. Alright, well they will get to do that. Okay. Hit the jackpot, having to take 0 damage there. Plotting Buzzard. Okay. And I guess I have to play Jolene here. I don't really have much else to do. What do they have for a single black mana? The sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards, maybe? Down goes Jolene. Okay, there's a lone shark. And we're already behind in this one here. Another lone shark, you say? That is too much card draw for my liking. Down goes Duelist. And plot a lone shark, more than likely? Nope, just cast one, because they already cast Skullduggery, so that makes sense. Sure. That is wildly mana inefficient, but why not? Let's do it. Go ahead. Down goes Giant Beaver. We are down to 9. Looking at their hand, I don't think we're gonna be able to get out of this, really. I mean, I can Trick Shot and kill something. I can Mind Raider and not quite Trick Shot as well. I can form a posse for a bunch and then next turn Mind Raider and Trick Shot. I mean, not even a bunch, it's just 4. Which isn't even, like, that great. And as long as we have one of these left next turn, we can Mind Raider and Trick Shot here. Mm-hmm. Alright. Pass the turn. We probably have to kill the buzzard because we're dead in 2 turns no matter what. See if Mind Raider does in fact die here. But now we're out of gas, and they've got, like, a bunch more creatures in their hand here. Or at least 2. One that creates many. Oh, another Satoru. Or not another, but a 2-drop, plot Lone Shark, and next turn they play Stitcher. Land is perfect. Go ahead. Oh, plot the Stitcher as well. Alright, just playing with their food, it looks like. That doesn't really do anything. like they have Counterspell. And we're pretty much out of gas here. I mean, they're going to cast a spell, cast a 3/4, draw a card, cast a 1/4, make a 6/6. It's more than likely what's going on here. Or they just have like Skullduggery to kill us. Any of that's fine. Oh, reanimate. Okay. Alright, well, we're done here. Let's see if we can rally. Alright, on the draw, don't have any green in hand, can't really cast any of this. Return the Favor isn't going to be good unless we have a creature on the battlefield, so I guess we got to mulligan this one. Keep 6 here, and we'll send back the 5-drop. I got a 1-drop. They might. Whatever it was, I didn't want to play it. What is this? 2 mana, 2/2, put a counter on each creature you controlled that entered the battlefield this turn. Okay. It's a pretty nice combo with something like Form a Posse. So my options are basically Free Strider, Lookout, probably have it get killed by Throw the Saddle, or Prickly Pear, which doesn't block anything very well. I mean, it blocks the Entertainer. So I think I'm going to do this because our opponents like to have removal, very timely removal against us here. So we'll do this. Next turn we'll play Giant Beaver and see if any of that survives. Here comes Throw from the Saddle. No, okay, just making the lackey bigger. Can't block it. Okay. Giant Beaver, sure. And pass. We'll see if this survives. My expectation is that it will not. And then next turn we play Lookout and Deadeye Duelist, and then hopefully they can't remove these now that they use their removal here, I guess. Yeah, gotta get these creatures down, I think. So let's play these two here. And the Mercenary doesn't create any attacks for us, so we'll do this. These would be so busted if you could give a creature an opponent controls +1/+0, because you could commit a crime for free. It'd be kind of crazy. Longhorn Sharpshooter getting rid of Prickly Pear. Okay. It's not the end of the world, actually. So whenever we commit a crime, look at the top 5, put a land tapped, rest on the bottom. Okay. Alright, well let's do Rodeo Pyromancers, get a creature down, and then we have Deadeye Duelist to do the thing here. Still hoping they don't have Throw from the Saddle or a way to kill the Lookout. We do have a nice little combo going. We can basically, for as long as they can't interrupt our 2-card combo, we can every single turn get a land out of our deck unless we completely whiff. Okay, so they'll have a 5/5 next turn. Not the end of the world. Sure. And then make it a 4/4. Okay, that's not bad. Oh. Sure. Set a land every turn, but we'll just whiff here. Is a 4/4 worse than a 2/4 that can ping us? Probably not. So let's do... I don't think the +3/+2 is going to do much for us here. So let's just get the creature down. Get red, red. There's no artifacts currently. So let's just kill the 4/4. Now we got the land. And then... would I trade Pyromancers for either of these? Yeah, probably. I mean, Pyromancers for Duelist here? No, they're going to have a 5/5, which could be a problem for us, so... let's just say no. Keep our little combo going here. Forma Posse is going to get nice and huge here at some point, potentially. Hit like a 5-drop or something. Come on. Nope, got to be the land. Okay, they have 2 counters coming from the Entertainer. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can do this for 5 and still ping here. Can't really use the mana. Just a vanilla 6/6, right? Yeah. Alright, I guess they didn't have removal to interrupt our combo there, which was fine, but we didn't really have a way to push through either, so who knows. Well, I'm not sure our deck could put together a better curve than this, necessarily. I mean, we've got all of the best cards in our entire deck in our hand right now. So let's just play a 2-mana 3/2 and then... go from there, really. They don't have anything, so... I guess just Jolene. See what their turn 4 play is. Gotta have something here, right? Nothing. Okay, let's just do this then, I guess. Now it looks like they probably have removal here. Okay, sure, I guess we'll take those wins, why not? Okay, we're up first this time. The hand is a little slow, but again, the format is not particularly blazingly fast, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. And I guess I'm going to plot Wolverine on 3 here. Yeah, Jolene isn't the greatest when they have a random 2/2 sitting there. So the Wolverine at least lets us get 2 looks at a land here next turn. Okay, they have a 3/3 that attacks and taps things down. Sure, they have a lot of tappers now. Oh, that's so awkward. I don't like doing that. It doesn't advance my board at all, but... sure. What does he equip here? Equip 2? Alright, lands, where are you at? Only reason I attacked there is because they could have just equipped the lasso and then attacked right past us too, so I've just left that option open. Oh, perfect. 14 cards in, still can't find another land here. Would I rather just destroy their artifact? That seems better than just killing a random 2/2, to be honest. Holy cow. Kept it on top. It was likely a land. They missed their land drop last turn. Our hand is really good. We just are missing land drops. I'm sure that's good too. So whenever their mercenaries tap, it does it twice. So they're going to attack for a 6 in the air every turn now. Found a land. This still hits us for 6 next turn. I guess Hellspur Posse Boss means that next turn we can go Mine Raider and throw for the saddle even if we miss a land drop? But we're taking 6. I mean, I could have throw from the saddle the Earth of Joe there so that Holy Cow can't hit us for more than just 4. I could have also killed the Holy Cow, which... But then I can't do anything else. They still attack me for 4. With this pumping that. So none of that was great. Look, missing land drops for like 6 straight tries that we had obviously made that a whole lot worse there. Lassoed by the law. I probably have to kill the Holy Cow now with the throw from the saddle. Even though the Earth of Joe is creating problems, but this thing will kill us next turn if I don't kill it. So that has to die. Did miss the land drop. This would trade for it, but I can't do anything else. So let's go Mine Raider. Throw from the saddle. Nothing is a mount, so it doesn't matter. Like, our hand is insane. We just missed a bunch of lands. Yeah, can't really afford to attack. We're at 4 here. Now we're at 3. Now we're at 2 at least. Potentially 1. Oh, they might just have lethal here. What else do they have? They might have Ride Down. I bet they have Ride Down. No? Okay. Outlaw Medic, sure. Horrible draw. Well, not a horrible draw, it's just... Like, look at our hand. We can't do anything other than just play a creature. Now we're dead to removal. We're also dead to a desert land. 2 to any target, and that kills us. So, missing land drops here with yet another wildly mediocre result of 2 and 3. Man, I cannot figure it out this format. I just can't figure it out. I mean, Free Strider Lookout did great work in the game that it won us there, but every other game really wasn't it. All right, well, hopefully we can flip this one around here. Still got plenty of drafts left of the format. I'm doing my best to get back on the winning train, but it's not exactly working. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you tomorrow for your daily draft.